Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, people of YouTube. Welcome to another episode of What the Football. In this episode, we are going to put under the microscope Group D. Uh, Joining us today, Luka Modric of New Delhi. Uh,
Luka Modric without hair. Yups.
Without
Yups.
hair and without an itch in his name, Mr. Divyansh.
Without any skill. Let's put that right there.
Uh, Sir, it's a very interesting group. Former foes from the World Cup semi-final, England and Croatia. Firstly, we are going to talk about Croatia. Croatia, of course, made the semi-finals. Final, sorry. They beat England in the semi-finals. It is pretty easy to forget that they were in the finals. How dominantly they got beat. Uh, they have an aging squad, and they are still managed by the same manager, Dalic. What are your thoughts on the squad, and what can you tell us about the squad, and what do you think about the squad?
So yeah, first things first. I don't think Croatia is gonna make it too far in the tournament. They're gonna definitely make past the group stage because they are in a quite easy group if you're gonna compare to there are groups that are difficult than this group, so they're gonna make to the group stage, so that's not a problem. Now coming to the squad, you can see on the left side of your screen the Croatia's Euro squad is mentioned here. uh, Pronounce any syllable, any name, just end it with the suffix ich, and you're gonna have the Croatian team. So
I was
yeah,
actually trying to look for people who did not have an H in their name, and it is pretty
yeah.
fascinating to me.
I was gonna say that joke. Like it was, the joke was literally valid in 2018 squad, but we can see in the defenders there's not many itches in there. So I thought we're gonna postpone the joke for some other video. So yeah, they nothing interesting in the Croatian side, to be honest. The world has seen their potential in 2018. They were definitely come out as an emerging team. They played real well in the World Cup. I won't say they deserve to win the finals, but yes, being the underdog, there was definitely an emotional sentiment with the team throughout the World Cup, especially in the later stages when they performed really well. But now coming to Euros, if you're gonna look at the squad, it's not some name that surprises us. There's almost the same squad, the same star players. The problem, I would say, the problem with the team, as you mentioned, they don't have that much of young players. They do have experience, no doubt, but like what do you expect Luka Modric to do? I mean, like he's almost 35 or 36, if I'm not wrong. Uh, a midfielder of 35 years old carrying a team solely on his back. Things gonna be different for Croatia, so I believe they're gonna, if we're gonna set expectations according to their performance in 2018 World Cup, you're gonna be disappointed for sure. They would perform like an average team. Coming to the squad, obviously the same backline. I believe they're gonna use. In defenders, they're gonna go with Vida, Lovren, and Barisic, maybe, and the Sime. I mean, like I can't pronounce that guy, the one from Atletico Madrid. I don't know. I have read it before coming to stream, but it's something Joko. So just third in the defenders. Viewers just see. I mean, like I'm not gonna go in detail. They have quite a good midfield. All the itches in there, no doubt, no problem there. Forwards, uh, all the itches again, no problem there also. But just a small shout out or a plug into my brother. He's a big fan of Subasic. I don't know why. I don't know how he remembered that name. I don't know what have Subasic done that well in the World Cup. That's overshadowed. I mean, like the
Subhash is not
performance
selected
of
anymore, though, right?
yeah, that literally overshadowed the performance of Luka Modric or Brozovic or Perisic. I mean, like they were players. I don't know why he's a fan of Subasic, but yeah, so Subasic was not up for Euros. I mean, like that's it from my side for Croatia. But your thoughts for Croatia?
I think on a very surprising note on this channel, I have to totally agree with all your points. Uh,
Man, don't agree. We have to
they,
close the channel.
yeah, they have a very aging squad with Modric and I agree with all the points. The only extra point that I have got to add, also the Atletico Madrid guy is pronounced Sami Visalco. Uh, you just basically don't say
Yeah.
the alphabets you
See,
cannot understand. That's it.
I mean, like, yeah, that's the trick we're gonna use.
Yeah. One very important point that I like to bring up is in that 2018 World Cup team, in the forward department there was Mario Mandzukic,
Yeah,
a prime Mario Mandzukic who was a very focal point in like pulling the strings. He pulled out the defenders to create spaces for people such as Rebic and Kramaric and Perisic. More importantly, uh, Kramaric is very good in the air, even though he's not as tall. But uh, Mario Mandzukic was almost bullish in the air.
yeah,
You know, right?
definitely. I mean,
Like the
like, he
goal he
was
scored in that Champions League final, it proves it. Right? He was so good in the air. He is basically Sergio Ramos of forwards.
for Croatia.
Yeah, for
Let's,
Croatia.
yeah, let's make the
So,
statement there.
so yeah, I think they are going to miss him a lot. I know he didn't get to play a lot for Milan and could not have been selected. They have Bruno Petkovic who has started most of the games and was their top scorer in the group qualifyings, I suppose, but that he only scored 4 goals. So I don't know how. I don't see them going too far after the group stages.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, just to add to your point, even in addition to Mandzukic, one more key player from 2018 that has missed is Rakitic, going to Sevilla. Rakitic, I mean, like, he's not included in the squad due to all the reasons.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so
they've
yeah,
opted for Kovacic.
maybe there are a lot of witches, man. I think even they got confused. I mean, like, they want to pick Rakitic and they may say Palasic, and they're like, okay, now the name is written. Can't do much. Okay, so now let's move on to the next big side of the group, that is England. Okay, so now let's move on to the next big side of the group, that is England. Yeah, just I would like to. Okay, just a spoiler. This photo from Bleacher Report football that I have chosen is before Trent Arnold was injured. Just a disclaimer. So yeah, you can carry on.
I think the injury might be a blessing in disguise for Gareth Southgate. He does not have to pick for right backs now. Anyhow, England squad is of course the most popular squad. Everybody watches the Premier League. Premier League is the most popular league, even so. And they've been England matches are going to be close. If you've seen any of the friendlies, they won both of their friendlies 1-0. Bukayo Saka scoring an open goal in against Austria, and in last night's game they just won 1-0 against Romania. So
Yeah.
with that too from a penalty spot. So it's going to be a lot of ruggish games with VAR coming into play and whatnot. It's a good side. It's a young side with a lot of people in great form. If your team's skipper is coming off a season where he is the league's top goal scorer and top assist provider, that's then just insane.
Okay, just new. Not like Rashford is the skipper, right? I mean, like Kane is not a skipper anymore.
No, Kane was not playing, so that why Rashford was the skipper.
चलो जो भी है रैश अच्छा हाँ यार केन खेल तो रहा था हाँ
Kane
ठीक
नहीं
है ठीक
खेल रहा था.
है हाँ
Yeah. So the keeping department is, I think, Jordan Pickford will go. I don't mind any of the three keepers. I think all of them had a good season. In defense, the options at right back are unbelievable for them. Like we've all seen how good Reece James was. We all know how good a season Kieran Trippier had with Atletico Madrid, and who was the other right back?
इसमें
Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker is
वॉकर हाँ
obviously
मैन सिटी.
he also had a great season. So yeah, and they have pretty much 5 to 6 players who are guaranteed they'll start. The likes of Mason Mount, I think he will definitely start. Jack Grealish has now posed a good case for himself. Declan Rice, Jordan Henderson in the double pivot, probably Sancho, Kane, and Rashford. So they have a very settled squad. They know who's going to start, who's going to play, and what roles do they have. It's just now up to Gareth Southgate how he picks the team and how he supports. I think England are going to go very far in this tournament until and unless there is a penalty shootout.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're gonna look at their squad. I mean, like, you can look at the clubs they play. Like I have mentioned in the previous video, if you're gonna play for a big club, there's definitely a as for a personal individually player, the exposure they're gonna get, the game they're gonna improve, the maturity they attain. So you're gonna look at the clubs. I believe mostly 90% of the players that are playing in England and in English Premier League, they are from the top six. Apart from, I mean, like West Brom or maybe Aston Villa, uh, let's consider Tottenham to be a top seven or top six. So the top six clubs. So their players are obviously they know what they are doing. They have a good experience. They have their skills. Their team is well sorted. They don't have a problem with any of the department. I mean, like they have probably after Italy, or maybe not after Italy, the best defensive line. Their midfielders are quite good, and the forwards, I mean, like their forwards had the best seasons, the current seasons. So I would say I'm gonna make a big, although we're gonna save it for the our Europe predictor, but I believe England's gonna make it to top four for me. I believe that. I strongly believe that.
Yeah. So before we move on to predicting the groups and what we believe about the group, is there a particular player who excites you or who you want to see?
In England squad.
Yep.
Man, they are. For me, they are many. Like I want to see Bellingham. I mean, like Foden has already proved his worth. There is Declan Rice. For me, there are many players. To be honest, I mean, like I have picked 3, 4 players. I literally want to watch them and see. There is, see, but I believe people would be maybe like definitely people would be noticing Sancho for sure. He's like gained quite a lot of fame. Foden is there after, but I believe Jude Bellingham is gonna. He has still not, he didn't have camera on himself, so I believe he maybe hasn't tasted a much of a fame. But man, the player, man, for the season he had for Dortmund, I believe like I would say that he would be the player I would be like most keenly watch out for in this sport.
Yeah, that was going to be my answer as well. So
Um, I'm gonna change my answer, man. The channel's gonna die in 1 week
nah, nah. So
if
my
people
answer was going to be
agree.
Jadon Sancho. My answer was going to be Jadon Sancho because I think because of Timo Werner and Kai Havertz not doing that well this season, it became a facade that it is easy to score and assist in the Bundesliga. And you just watch Jadon Sancho and you feel like, man, this guy is really, really good.
Definitely.
Just
I mean, like, okay, so now let's plug in some transfer rumors in between. I believe United are after him and they are probably offering him $80 million, dollar, euro, I'm not sure, but definitely the price tag is around 80 million. And I believe he's gonna make the move. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, I mean, like, so yeah,
yeah, that's
England
going to be
squad,
a
I
good,
believe it's a quite
good,
a good
good
squad.
move for United then.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go. We have a video for that also. We'll do a video.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's. We have done with Croatia. We have done with England. Now let's move to the remaining two sides of the group: Czech Republic and Scotland. What are your thoughts? You can pick anyone.
I think Scotland have a decent squad. Not a lot of depth as I can see in their squad selections, and but they had a decent game against Netherlands. So
Yeah.
Frank de Boer's Netherlands, unfortunately. So yeah, I think the group is a tight group, but I think the two clear favorites go for me. It could be England on top, Croatia next. Could be Croatia on top, England next, and then I think Czech Republic don't have a very good squad. They've got Patrick Schick, who I always liked since his Roma days. He
Yeah.
was a really good striker, and he still is playing for. He played for Leipzig. He had a good season. Played for Leverkusen this season. Had a very good season again. And the West Ham players, the two Thomas Suchek and Sufal, they had great season, of course, both of them. So yeah, I mean, every team is going to have a few players who you look at and you get excited, but I don't see Czech Republic having pulling any surprises. So I think it will be England, Croatia, Scotland.
हो जाओ.
So I think the group goes England, Croatia, Scotland, Czech Republic.
Yeah, I mean,
What
like,
do you think?
same standings for me. England's gonna top. I mean, like, I've already said England's gonna make it to top four, so definitely England are my favorite side from this group. Then Croatia, then I would say Scotland's take same group. So yeah, this group is also quite sorted in their respect if Scotland doesn't pull off a upset or something like that. Okay, so that's it from our side for Group B. Thank you for watching the video and tune in for the next ones. We have still two groups left and the most exciting one for saved for the last group F. So we'll be right back in the next video.